Part 1. The Law of the Ancients. The wind howled across the broken plains of Veldros, carrying with it the scent of iron and old blood. The people of the 5 clans had gathered once more, as they did every 10 years, to witness the trial of kings. At the center of the great stone circle stood the elder speaker, his voice booming like distant thunder. By ancient law, the one who wins becomes king. No sword, no armor, just a wooden spear. That is enough. The crowd murmured. The law was older than memory, older than the ruins that dotted the land. No noble blood, no gold, no army could claim the throne, only victory in the trial. And today, a stranger had come to challenge. His name was Kale. Tall, lean, his skin marked with the scars of a life lived in the wilds. He carried no banner, no sigil, only a simple wooden spear, its tip hardened by fire. The reigning king, Borak the Iron-Fisted, sneered from his throne. His champions, men clad in stolen steel, veterans of 100 skirmishes, laughed. "You mean to fight us with that?" one spat, nodding at Kale's spear. Kale said nothing. He didn't need to. The trial had begun. Part 2. The First Blood. The first champion stepped forward. Dren, a mountain of muscle, wielding a spear of blackened oak. "I'll break you before the crowd even finishes cheering," Dren growled. Kale shifted his stance, his grip tightening. The horn blew. Dren charged, his spear a blur. Kale sidestepped, the wind of the strike brushing his cheek. Before Dren could recover, Kale's own spear lashed out, not to stab but to hook behind Dren's knee. Twist a pull. Dren crashed to the earth. Kale's foot pressed against his throat. "Yield," Kale said. The crowd roared. Borak's smile faded. One by one the champions fell. A brute named Hask tried to grapple him. Kale broke his wrist with a sharp strike. A swift warrior named Vera came at him with a flurry of jabs. Kale parried, then disarmed her with a twist of his shaft. None could touch him. None could even last a minute. By the time the last champion knelt, gasping, the crowd was chanting a new name. "Kale! Kale! Kale!" Borak rose from his throne, his face dark with fury. "Fine," he snarled. "Then I'll kill you myself." Part 3. The King's Fall. Borak was no fool. He had ruled for 20 years, survived assassinations, wars, betrayals. He knew how to fight. And he fought dirty. As Kale stepped forward, Borak's hand dipped into his cloak, a flash of steel. A dagger, hidden, forbidden by the trial's laws. The crowd gasped. But Kale had expected it. He ducked, the blade slicing air. Before Borak could recover, Kale's spear cracked against his wrist. The dagger fell. Borak roared, swinging wildly. Kale weaved, his movements fluid, precise. Then the opening. Borak overextended. Kale's spear shot forward. Not to kill, to disarm. The wooden point struck Borak's temple. Not hard enough to crack bone, but enough to send him sprawling. The king hit the dirt, dazed. Silence. And cheers. The elder speaker stepped forward. By ancient law, the one who wins becomes king. Kale looked down at Borak, then at the people, the hungry, the wounded, the forgotten. "No more wars," he said. "No more stolen grain. No more children sent to die for pride." He lifted his spear. This was enough. And for the first time in generations, the people believed it. Epilogue. A new rule. Kale ruled differently. No throne of gold. No army of conquest. He walked among the people, his spear always in hand. Not as a weapon but as a reminder. Strength without cruelty. Power without greed. Years later, when the next trial came, no one challenged him. They didn't need to. The wooden spear still stood. And that was enough. Epilogue: The Spear and the Crown. Kale never wore a crown. When the elder speaker offered him the jagged circlet of iron, the same one Borak had worn with such arrogance, Kale turned it over in his hands, then placed it on the ground. A king doesn't need metal on his head to lead, he said. He just needs to listen. And listen he did. 4 years, Kale walked among the people of Veldros, his wooden spear always at his side. Not as a threat, but as a promise. The same one he had made in the stone circle the day he won the trial. No more wars. No more hunger. No more fear. Borak's old warlords grumbled at first. They whispered in dark corners that a king without an army was no king at all. But when raiders from the northern wastes came, testing the new ruler's strength, they learned the truth. Kale did not raise a sword. He did not call for conscripts. Instead, he stood before the invaders alone, his spear resting lightly in his grip. "Turn back," he said, "or face me." The raiders laughed, until their champion stepped forward, and Kale disarmed him with 3 precise strikes. No blood was spilled. No lives were lost. But the message was clear. By dawn, the raiders were gone. The last trial. When the next trial of kings came, the clans gathered as they always did. But this time no challengers stepped forward. The elder speaker waited, then turned to Kale. "The law demands a test," he said. "Will you face a warrior of the people's choosing?" Kale nodded. A young woman walked into the circle. Lyra, a farmer's daughter, barely 18. She held a wooden spear, her hands shaking. "You don't have to do this," Kale said softly. "I do," she replied. "I need to know if you're still worthy." The crowd held its breath. Lyra attacked. Kale parried but did not strike back. Again and again she came at him, her movements raw but determined. Finally, exhausted, she lowered her spear. "You could have ended this at any time," she said. "Yes," Kale admitted. "Then why didn't you?" He smiled. "Because a king who crushes the weak is no king at all." Lyra knelt. People roared. The spear that ruled. Kale grew old. His hair turned gray, his hands gnarled, but his spear remained, unyielding, unbroken. When he finally lay dying, the clans gathered one last time. "Who will rule after you?" the elder speaker asked. Kale pointed to his spear, still leaning against the wall. "The same law as before," he said. "No swords. No armor. Just this." And when his breath faded, the people did not weep. They passed the spear from hand to hand, testing its weight. It was enough. It had always been enough.